Welcome. In this lesson, we are going to get an introduction to the Java programming language. Let's get started. We've got two learning goals for today. The first is that you can create and run a Java program, and the second is that you can display output using the print and print line methods. In order to create working code, we need an interactive development environment. And this is just a tool, a piece of software that runs on your computer that allows us to write code, run code, and debug code. There's a lot of different IDEs to choose from, and many of them are free, but for this course, we will use an IDE called Eclipse. Eclipse will organize all your projects into what is called a workspace. And whenever you run Eclipse, it's going to pop this window up asking you where your workspace is. So you're either going to choose a workspace you've already created, or if you select a location that doesn't have a workspace, it will create a workspace for you at that location. And it is in this workspace where all of your projects will be stored. Now we're going to go through the steps for creating and running a Java project. So if you're following along, you may want to watch the instructions and then pause and do it on your own and then resume the video. The first thing is once you've got Eclipse open, you're going to go to File and choose New Java Project. You'll give the project a title and then click Finish. Now that the project is created, we actually need to add a code file to it. So what we'll do is we'll find the new project in the Explorer on the left side of the screen, open the folder that you see there, right-click the SRC folder and choose New Class. We will name the class Main, though you can technically name it whatever you want. We will check the box to create a public static void main. We'll talk about what that is in a bit, and then we'll click Finish. If everything worked just right, you should have code very similar to what's shown. Let's talk a little bit about what this code means, starting at the top. Java code is written in what's called a class, and when we created our project, we named our class main. We're going to talk a whole lot more throughout this course about what classes are and what they can do. Now moving down, the execution of a Java program begins in the main method. And method is just Java's word for function. Notice that both the class and the method are started and ended with opening and closing curly brackets. If you don't have it already, go ahead and add the print line statement that you see to your main method. You can see the print line statement right here. Once you've done that, click the Run button, which will allow Java to build and execute the code that's in the main method, and then the results are displayed in the output window. And you can see that we've printed the message, "Welcome to Java." Let's talk a little bit more about the print line method. The print line method displays output on the screen and then ends the line. Because the line is ended, the next print statement will start one line below the previous. So you can think of print line as if Java is typing and then pressing the Enter key. In addition to the print line method, the print method also displays text on the screen, but there's a difference. It doesn't end the line when it's done. And because the line is not ended, the next print statement will start on the same line as the previous. So you can think of the print statement as if Java is typing and then not pressing the Enter key. And so you can see I do a print statement followed by a print line. And so because the line is not ended after the print, the two statements in the output show up on the same line. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick understanding check. So I've got some Java code that has some print and print line statements, and I'm curious, what is the output? Pay particular attention to which things go on which line. In other words, I really want to know if you fully understand the difference between print and print line. Pause the video, and when you're ready, we'll talk about the answer. This is the correct output from our print and print line statements. Let's talk a little bit about why this output is correct. We don't encounter our first print line until the third statement. So that means it's going to end up displaying avocados are a healthy snack all on the same line, and then after snack, it will end the line. So that means that for you will be on the second line. And again, this is a print line, so it will end the line, which means that by avocados will be on the third and final line of output. Now that you've seen this lesson, you should be able to create and run a Java program and also display output using the print and print line methods.